We got quite a few things today, so here's another episode of Monday Movie Pickup. There's really not much to say here. This is the Emoji Movie. It was terrible. It's just not a good movie. Even though I think a little more hopeful about it than other people did, it turned out just terrible. But it's gonna be one of the movies I have to review on Patreon request sometime in the future, so picked it up early. Shanghai Noon and Shanghai Nights. I actually just read a book about Jackie Chan, so that's probably why we got a couple extra Jackie Chan movies and martial arts movies in general. I've never seen these movies. I don't really know what to expect, but Jackie Chan wrote a really interesting book, and that's gotten me interested enough to kind of check out his work. And I really like about this Blu-ray is that it's a one-disc Blu-ray, but they managed to put all the special features on it, which is awesome. I love when they can do that. Kung Fu Hustle. This is the big comedic film that sort of makes fun of martial arts movies. I feel like I've seen it before. Honestly, I get this confused a lot with Kung Pao, only because I saw Kung Pao as a kid, and when everyone would bring Kung Fu Hustle up, I'd always think that this is the movie that they're talking about when or vice versa. I always got them confused. But I have seen this movie at some point during college and really don't remember much about it, but I wanted to give it another watch. Jackie Chan, speaking of, we actually found this VHS here. The 36 Crazy Fists. This was apparently his directorial debut. I don't remember it being called that in the book that he wrote. And I always kind of like getting VHSs of foreign movies because you never really know what to expect. Sometimes the versions on VHS can be a little bit different than what's on the current Blu-ray or DVD releases. Different dubs and such. I found this Metallica VHS also, and just look at that. This is amazing. VHS artwork is amazing. It's kind of nice to grab these VHSs of music videos and anything done by musical artists, because sometimes this stuff isn't released on DVD and it's kind of hard to find at times because of the music rights issues and such. The Maze Runner trilogy. Really weirdly enough, this comes with all of the DVDs. I was a bit surprised about that. Comes with DVDs and Blu-rays. Full set in here. Really weird that the DVDs got the nice artwork, but the Blu-rays got the boring look. This is also a comic book that comes in here, so that was kind of a nice surprise. I got this for pretty cheap on Amazon. Had a request to review the first Maze Runner movie, so I figured this is the perfect time to at least just buy the whole series. I've only seen the second one, really weirdly enough. Saw the second one in theaters, and then never really got into the third one. I never saw it, and I never went back to watch the first one. So finally, I'm just going to give it a whole rewatch. It's about time. Earth, this is also another Patreon request. And yeah, I've seen a couple of these Disneynature movies. One in theaters I saw was the one that just came out recently about Born in China. And, they're fine. I kind of like that Disney keeps doing these. They're doing another one called Penguins in April. So I like that they keep trying. I like that they keep releasing stuff. Even though they don't have to, even though there's no reason to, they do it just because there's a plausible audience, given that they always release them on Earth Day. That's a little smudge down there, but apparently this is better than March of the Penguins, so I'll take that. Speaking of Disney stuff, look what I found. Racism. Yeah, the only thing from Song of the South that's ever been released in the United States is Zippity Doo Dah, the sing-along tape. So I think this is actually the original release of it. So that was pretty cool to find. And of course, it always has other stuff on it too. I don't really have any wish to collect all the sing-along tapes, but if I start finding them, maybe I will. And I typically skip out on VHSs nowadays, especially of movies I own, but I really, when it comes to widescreen VHSs, I usually always pick them up, especially if they're in like a clamshell case like this. These are awesome. These are my favorite VHSs to get. This is, of course, Dirty Dancing. Not a big fan of the movie, but it's cool to have it on widescreen. And then what's here? Final two pickups of the day. Here's 100 movies right there. 50 sci-fi classics, 50 Western classics. This one is starting to get a little more expensive on Amazon just because I think it's going out of print. So I found it for $7 at a local thrift store. Of course, there's all these movies on it. Some of these I already own as part of that 200 movie pack, but a majority of them I've never owned on any format at all. So it's kind of exciting to get this. And this was back when they still had the releases where instead of getting a booklet with it, if I can open it for God's sakes, they would write the name of the movies on the slip discs themselves. I haven't gone through all the slip discs. I mean, where would the time for that be? Some of them might be scratched, who knows. Most of them I think go unwatched anyway by whoever buys them, so never matters. Western classics here. Got a bunch of different movies on there as well. And got this set for $3. I'm getting pretty close to owning basically every Mill Creek 50 movie pack, whatever kind of movie packs they've done. But this was this week's pickup. Maybe too much. We'll see you next week.